Welcome to Behind the Brand, the podcast for small business owners, solopreneurs, and aspiring entrepreneurs who are ready to start strong, stand out, and stay bold. I'm Taylor.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Isabella, and we're part of the powerhouse team of marketers at Moxie Creative.
We're taking you behind the scenes to explore what it takes to build and grow a memorable brand.
Ready to get behind the brand? Let's dive in. Hello, Moxieverse. Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Brand. I am solo sitting here right now, which feels really weird because today we're doing things a little bit differently. We are very, very close to wrapping up the year 2025. And with that, I wanted to do a really fun Moxie in Review episode and sit down with each of my coworkers and talk individually with them about the past year and kind of reflect on the things that we're proud of, the things that challenged us, what we learned, and what we're really dreaming about for the new year. I think when I look back on 2025, one of the things that stands out to me the most is it felt like a very nice year of constant. So we have been Moxie Creative now for 2.5 years, and the first year and a half, it really felt like we were still kind of pulling ourselves out of the trenches of a big agency transition. We were trying to make a name for ourselves and really get ourselves out there, and all of that groundwork that we laid in, the later half of 2023 and all of 2024 really brought us into the year 2025 strong. And we weren't, fighting to the death some days just to, make way in the community. We really solidified who we are and what we're doing. And that was a really nice feeling. We got to work with some incredible clients, work on some really awesome projects. We all had, highs and lows, both professionally and personally, brought on some new team members. And it was just overall a really awesome year. And I think we did a lot of meaningful work, and each of us grew individually and as a team and really formed a strong core bond between the 8 of us here. And that's something that I want to sit down and explore and talk about with each of them individually and just hear their take on things. So first up, we are going to be chatting with the hostess with the mostest, Kelly King. Hi, Kel. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. This is weird. You're in a different spot.
I know.
I like it.
I like it better too.
You're in the hot seat.
Woo!
Okay. Do you feel prepared? Do you know what we're doing?
No.
This is what I do, you guys. I just tell people I have an idea and I don't explain the idea. So basically, I just am sitting down with each of you individually, which I think is kind of fun. I mean, you and I get a lot of one-on-one time together to gossip and talk about all the things we want to talk about, but I don't always get that with everybody else. So I'm looking forward to this big thing that we're talking about is just work in 2025 and what it looked like for you. So start out with an easy one. What was your high point for Moxie in 2025?
In general?
Yeah, just in general.
Well, we had a big goal this year. We wanted to increase our monthly projects. Mm-hmm. And the year kind of started out slow. Mm-hmm. And, I would say by June we got there. Yeah. And that was my goal was, okay, it's not going to happen in a month, Kelly. It's going to take a few months. And then the reality of that set in when we just got slammed in the summer. So was that a high point or a low point? But it was kind of like...
Yeah, we probably had our busiest summer since I've been working with you.
The summer was our busiest quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. So it was a high point because I was happy because we made our goal. Mm-hmm. Then I was a little sad because I had to do all, we had to do all the work.
Yeah.
But it was in the summer. Yeah.
Catch 22.
Poor me. Anyways, and I just, one campaign in particular that I had to do myself because everybody else was busy. was a lot of work. But anyway.
But that campaign has been super successful.
It has been. Yeah. So, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say that was one of your favorite things that you've worked on this year, that specific campaign, or is there something else that you really enjoyed this year?
Enjoy is a strong word. Let's see. I'm satisfied with that campaign. It was tough, though.
Yeah.
It was something we had to promote something that wasn't open yet.
Yes.
So that was a little tough. I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
But favorite thing, I don't know. It's getting up to award season, and so I started making the list last night.
Yeah.
Of, and we always, this time of year, we feel like we haven't done anything.
We haven't done anything, I know. Or like, oh, yeah, we did do that in 2025.
Yes. And so then all that, we've done a lot of brands.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's always kind of fun.
Yeah.
So
and your position is maybe a little bit different, right? Like you aren't involved in every project. anymore. So that's
Right.
a little bit different, right?
But they're all my
They
projects.
are all your projects.
Yeah.
Well, this is your baby.
Right. I think an event-wise, what was really a highlight for me was the Addies, just because of we got to go celebrate, and I was
Yeah.
just really happy. I remember Michael saying, "You're so happy today,"
Yeah.
and I was just happy to celebrate with you guys. That was fun.
Yeah, that was so fun.
Even before we won all the awards,
Yeah.
that was fun. Favorite project? I don't know. I mean,
okay.
I always loved Promenade, but
Yeah.
I wasn't in love with it this year, even though it turned out really well.
You weren't in love with it, but everybody was like, "This was the best year." But
I know.
people say that every year, right?
I know. I was just kind of a bad attitude this year, I think. But
Yeah.
a little bit.
Do you feel like there were anything business wise, client wise, whatever that like stretched you like thin this year, or that just?
I think that campaign that, in the summer, like, again, you set a goal and you want to be busier, and then you're busier, and then you have to deal with it,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes, well, I shouldn't say sometimes, all the time, things kind of come all at once, and so we had to do that. I'm going to go back to my favorite project. I really love the Sip and Pass labels.
Yeah.
Even though we started that last year, that's always fun.
Well, yeah, we started it last year, and then we created some new ones this year, and that was like one of my highlights for us when we
Yeah.
were just going back and forth, like yelling between the hallways, like, what about this? What about this?
Yeah,
For coming up with the verbiage. That was just a fun little thing for us to do.
Yeah, that was fun. And I think hiring Tyler
Yeah.
on, that was a big decision, and seems like he's been here forever now.
I know.
but-
I know. That's another thing. I'm like, that was in 2025.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels like, yeah, he's.
I feel like the first half of the year was one year, and the second half of the year was the
same,
other year.
100%.
I don't remember the first half of the
I
year.
know.
But I think we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we did. We always do. We always do. Okay, so looking ahead to 2026, how are you feeling? What are you excited for, nervous about?
Well, we've had some changes, right? I have a long-term client of 28 years has sold their business because they're retiring. So that's a big chunk of our billing. And emotionally for me,
Yeah.
it's
You've been working on that since you were like a baby Taylor.
Yeah, I know.
A
Yeah.
long time.
Yep. And so I will miss that relationship.
Yeah.
And, so then we just have to try to replace that. So it seems like every year we have to kind of, I don't say start over,
Yeah.
but there's changes.
Yeah.
And,
Well-
and we have to fill the gaps. And I'm not necessarily like worried, because I know we always do it, but I think I should be worried, but maybe I'll be worried later. I'm not sure.
I don't know. We were talking about this the other week, right? Like, you've been doing this for so long that
Yeah.
you kind of know, like, as cliche as it is, like, whatever will be, will be. And we work hard, and, we
Yeah.
have created a ton of awesome relationships, and that will only pay off for us.
Right. I think I'm just too tired to throw myself on the floor and throw a conniption because I might not be able to get back up. But it doesn't really help, right? I mean,
Yep.
I could be really upset about it. So I think I handled that pretty well. But I think it's, it's more of grief of losing that
Yeah.
relationship. So I think financially we'll be fine. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, you've done an awesome job for them. And
Yeah. Kind of knew it was coming. I mean, eventually, right? And I'm just grateful that they stuck with us through a bunch of different transitions, and now it's their time to retire, and
yeah.
we're gonna keep on trucking.
Yeah. Okay. Last thing. On a personal note, what are you excited for in 2026?
Personal.
Yeah. You're taking a huge trip in January.
Oh yeah. That's stressing me out.
Your
though,
kids are
actually.
going to be out of college come December.
Yeah.
None of that stuff excites you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have welcome a new grand baby.
Yes.
Yep. Maya and I are going to Hawaii in January.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like day by day right now, so I don't think that far ahead. But yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And well deserved.
Yes. Didn't take too much time off this year because of everything we just talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do like having goals at work, or else it just gets,
Yeah.
I like to be challenged and
Yeah. Yeah.
make lists. And
I kind of started the beginning of this episode off saying, to me at least, 2025 felt a little bit more like even keel. Like, it wasn't so crazy. Again, I know.
we did have a big old
yeah,
crazy in the summer. but-
Yeah, but it still felt like we weren't fighting for things as much. But now, come 2026, like, we're going to have to,
Yeah.
pull up our boots again. But we're coming off a year where
And I think
feel
that's just
good.
our business.
Yeah,
right?
I think so too.
We just have to be used to it and
Yep.
do the best we can.
Yep.
And we know from history, it just seems like the beginning of the year is a little slower.
Right.
Even though in the past, that's when people would renew their budgets and it would be busier. I don't know if for some reason we should just realize and remember January might not be as busy
Yeah.
as, which is okay because we have a lot to do in January.
Yeah, we can play catch up.
And Addies are due.
Yes. Woohoo. Okay, wonderful.
All right.
You're done. Scram. Get.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Hi, Britt.
Hey, Taylor.
First time on the pod.
Yes.
We did it. I suckered you in.
I know. I got tricked. No.
So, everybody, this is Brittany Abrigo.
Hello.
Kind of funny. I texted you this morning, and I was like driving, so I just did my voice thing, and I was like, text Brittany Abrigo. And they're like, I'm sorry, I can't find Brittany Abrigo. I'm like, oh, text Brittany Zollner.
Brittany Zollner.
I have not changed your last name.
I am officially Abrigo.
You
now.
are? You've done the
took 4
paperwork?
years. Yes. Yeah. I don't know why. It just took me too long. I'm like, it's too much work.
I don't know why. That's your personality, Britt.
Yeah, I know. Save it till the end.
Oh, so funny. So that was a big thing in 2025. You changed your last name officially, huh?
I did. Yeah, that was my big goal, and I achieved it.
You also birthed a baby,
Yeah.
a human, which
Another baby boy, Baker Joseph. I
Little
have
baby
Brooks
Baker.
Michael and Baker Joseph.
yeah, the B-boys.
B-boys.
Kelly was just on before you, and we were like, it feels like the first half of 2025 was 1 year, and then the second half is another year, and that's like genuine. Like,
Very much.
you had a baby this year, and then you were gone for 3 months, and like it feels like that didn't even happen.
This year flew by.
I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
nuts. I know.
It's so
already
crazy.
December right now, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
nuts.
It's wild. So obviously that was a huge high point for you and your family personally,
Yeah.
but what do you feel like professionally was maybe a high point? Looking back on some of the work that you got to do, what are some things that you loved?
Oh, so many fun things. Promenade is always a big one that I love working on. Although most at the tone this year, I really got to expand on all the fun stuff,
Yeah.
which was really fun. And recently, I mean, since coming back kind of the later half of the year, I've gotten to focus more on websites, which is super fun. Just yesterday, we did this, it's like a Catholic coaching centered Christ thing. I don't know. It was so much fun. The brand we put together it's just a joy to play with. The color palettes and the fonts, and the website was it was so pretty. I was so proud of it yesterday. I'm like, look, team, I did this. And you're like, boom, let's send it. I'm like, okay, let's do
Yeah,
it.
it looked so good.
So that's in the works. That one's in the works right now, but that was really fun to work on yesterday, I thought.
Oh, good. I love to
yeah.
hear that. You know, I think one of the things that we've really been trying to do this year, and especially like the later half of this year as we're going into 2026 and just different things are changing. And, you know, we're bringing on Mackie full time come January, which will just be so awesome, is really figuring out our different efficiencies as a team. And I think that works so well when you can,
So fun.
you know, use your layout expertise and your skill set of expanding brands is
so fun.
like kind of second to none. Like you do such an awesome job at that. And so if we can utilize you to lay the groundwork for those sites and then, you know, Michael can perfect it, because I'm sure I probably give direction and then you do things and he's like, this does not translate to web, you know.
We're going to make it work.
happens. But
the first ever of everything on websites. We can do
it.
Michael figure it out.
Yeah, but no, it looks so good. So I love hearing you say that, as I think that's
It was super fun.
kind of a lot of things on the horizon for
Yeah.
you. Now getting into the hard things, what do you feel like, and this, you know, can be personally, professional, mix of both, is maybe something that like stretched you or pushed your abilities this year?
Honestly, I think just coming back from maternity leave, I truly checked out this time. Like, I know I did the first time too, but this time it just felt so, like I was totally checked out. I would see our billboards like in St. Cloud and I'm like, oh yeah, I wonder what Moxie's up to. Like it felt like I truly just had to like do a mind shift and just switch back into like work and creative mode, and just that was honestly the biggest struggle for me. It was hard. It's hard to get back into that after you just turn your brain off for 3 or 4 months and then you come back and let's be creative, and just, you know, that was really hard. I think once I locked in, and I think I have to like categorize, like, this is my family bucket, this is my work bucket. And I know you've said that before. If you can give 100% throughout the day, that might not mean it's 100% at work. It might not mean it's 100% at family. You just have to divide those buckets and figure out really how to lock in during those moments.
Yeah.
So that was my challenge, honestly.
Yeah.
Getting locked back in.
It
was hard.
So hard. And, you know, the first time you went out on maternity leave, it was maybe a little bit harder to completely
True.
check out because we were going through such a big transition. And
True, we were becoming
you know,
Moxie.
we wanted everybody to like still, be a part of that and play a role. So, and this time I'm happy that we were able to give you the ability
Yes,
to
we had
do
such a
that.
great team to fall back on with all the designers who are
And Andrea came in and filled in for you, which I think was a
Yes.
huge win.
such a win. I know. I was like, I had the luxury of not thinking about it. So that was my luxury struggle, I guess, this year.
Yeah.
Learning how to log back in. you
Yeah,
know?
it is hard, right? Even after a long weekend, yesterday I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I go from wiping butts to
I know.
answering
Gotta go be
emails?
productive
I
and
don't
be.
know.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, totally. I absolutely understand. Okay, last question.
Yes.
Looking ahead to 2026, what are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to, I think, just more design opportunities. We just get so many different creative projects that come our way. It's fun to just see what comes about. I mean, it's a different project every day. So it's fun to expand your skill set that way.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Just more fun, unique projects this next year.
I'm hoping so badly for you that we are able to sink your teeth into like a catalog or
I need
something
a big, meaty brochure.
Yeah, like you are just so good at that.
It's my favorite.
And you crush it. And we haven't been able to have one for a while. And
We've had lots of fun brochures this year, like a circular, like accordion one.
Yeah,
and some other fun, unique ones.
Yeah.
But
I want like a big catalog,
Me
like
too.
something juicy, meaty, and,
Yes.
and good for you. So wonderful. Well, thank you, Britt.
Of course.
Great
Thanks for having
first
me.
appearance. We're letting you just dip your toes in with just a 5-minute segment.
Dip, dip.
But fun update. You'll be back a little bit later for another episode today.
Oh, yes, I will. All right.
All right.
See you later.
So, talking about a few different things today, really just looking back at the year and the high points, the low points, and what we're excited for in the new year. So, you and I work very closely with each other. And I feel like lately we've had a little something going on.
No, I've just been teasing you.
I know.
I'm not mad at you.
I know you're not. I never think you're mad at me.
Oh, okay.
But I just like, I just want to. You're like my big brother, kind of.
Right.
That's how I feel some days. But we've had a lot of really awesome projects that we've gotten to work on together. What was your favorite? It doesn't have to be that you just worked on with me, but
I know we were talking about this last night.
Yeah.
And like my brain like completely blanked.
Right.
Oh no.
It's
like
so hard.
everything's happening so fast this year.
Well, and it feels like some stuff, like the stuff that we did at the beginning of the year, like, oh, there's no way we did that in 2025, right? Like we absolutely did that in 2024. Nope.
Yeah. But I think then I settled on the Folsom Prison experience.
Yeah.
Because we were able to really elevate them. They have this really cool show and this really cool vibe, and their website was just not doing it for them.
Right.
So we were able to give them a whole new website plus a whole new kind of look and feel.
Yeah. And
they can use.
You really got to do some different stuff with that, right? Because it's, what they do is a creative endeavor. And so you really got to put all of your creative chops into it. I know when they came to us, I was like, oh, this is a Michael project if I've ever seen one. Like music, cool illustrations, cool design work, like right up your alley. So yeah, that was really fun. And you did an awesome job with that.
Thanks. It's teamwork with Mo, of course.
Yeah,
and you,
yeah.
Of course, doing the writing and the
Yeah.
guiding me along. When we first met with them, they kept talking about how the show before the show kind of like to really entice people to come to this experience and tell them what it's going to be. Like you're not going to get dragged on stage or anything.
Right.
But we took that opportunity to do a little storytelling with the website. You scroll through, it kind of tells you different things.
And for people, if you're listening and you're not familiar with what Folsom Prison Experience is, it's a immersive tribute show of the day that Johnny Cash recorded his live album at Folsom Prison. The front runner who plays Johnny Cash is also the lead singer for Church of Cash, which is a huge national act, and they actually take the Folsom Prison Experience around the country as well. So it was a pretty cool client for us.
Yeah.
They came to us by way of another agency partner that we work with. And that's also a really cool thing too, just to show, a little bit on the partnerships and stuff that we do. So yeah, that one was really fun. And Michael did some awesome illustration work and some cool animation on the site. So if you're bored and you want to go check something out, check it out, folsomprisonexperience.com.
Yeah.
Now to the hard stuff. Not every year is always smooth sailing, right? So what are maybe some things that stretched you a little bit this year?
Overall, it's been pretty good. It's kind of weird. I know there's been times where I'm like, I'm going to take this keyboard and I'm going to bash it.
Well, don't we always have that? I think there's a
it's
couple
usually
clients in mind
yeah,
that we put down that.
But mostly my frustrations come from like website stuff. Like I love the building it and the design, but then like the functionality stuff in the background. Like, why won't this work? Or it's like, I didn't do anything. Why is it broken?
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to figure out then, like, did the client do this? Did I do this? Is it a plugin thing? Is it WordPress? And that stuff drives me crazy.
Yeah.
But it's also, it's a challenge, and expands your brain a little bit, and you have to do some detective work.
Right.
Figure out, okay, if I turn this off, it does this, so it must be that. So
yeah, that would drive me insane.
Yeah.
I always feel bad when I have to send you an email like, something's broken. Can you look at it? Because I know it's kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah, I think this year, especially maybe compared to like 2024, things just felt like this, right? Like it didn't feel so much like we were trying to dig our way out of things. Yeah. And that was nice. And then we start over again. So we'll see what 2026 brings.
Sure, it's going to be great.
Yeah, right. But speaking of that, what are some things that you are maybe looking forward to? This can be personally, professionally, doesn't matter.
A lot of movies coming out next year.
Yeah, what are you excited to see?
Well, there's like, God, what is there? There's a new Marvel movie.
What one?
Doomsday.
Doomsday.
It's like all the Avengers again.
Oh my gosh, I did not hear about this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that makes me excited.
It's not till like a year from now.
Okay.
But there's a Supergirl movie, and there's, I don't know, I'm drawing a blank right now, but there's just a ton of movies.
Cool. That's exciting. You like movies.
Yeah.
Do you go to the theater a lot?
Not so much. I'll go with my 10-year-old.
Yeah.
I'll take him to some movies, but then, there's
Did
a lot
you
of
see
movies
Zootopia yet?
No, we haven't yet. We're going to go see it.
Yeah.
I made like a gajillion dollars over the weekend.
I know. I was going to take Colt and go on a little date with him, and then he was an asshole, so he got that taken away. 5-year-old boys. Yeah. Such a treat.
So I watch just a boatload of movies all the time. But I don't make it to the theater very much.
Have you heard of that box? That like a Vox box or something like that? It might not be called that. I don't know. But you pay like $300 one time, and then you can get rid of all your streaming platforms, which doesn't totally work because I know you designers are weirdos and you stream stuff while you work. I don't know how you do that, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So it won't work for that because you obviously need a subscription still, but you can get new movies that are still in theater on this, and it's not pirating. There's some weird, I don't know, it's really crazy, but everybody in my hood is getting these, and so that might be something for you to look into. So you can watch movies like Zootopia was on there last weekend already. Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
I know. And the new Wicked movie, I thought it was wild.
Yeah.
So anyway, cool. I'm really excited for 2026 with you. I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I think so too.
We're going to wrap up some really big sites here.
That's what I'm looking forward to the most, being done with a couple of these things.
Ditto. It is hard when projects tend to drag on, and then it's they drag on even a little bit more because you're I'm so unmotivated. I've been working on this for so long, and the end is kind of in sight, but then it's also kind of not in sight. So I totally get that. Are you excited for our break coming up?
Yeah. Hopefully I don't get sick again. I got sick after our last vacation here.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sure I'll be fine.
I'm wishing you a happy, healthy 2 weeks off where you can rest and reset.
Thanks.
Yeah, we all need it.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, cool.
You're off.
Pleasure working with you. Been a great year.
Hi, Bells.
Hello.
Oh, I called you Bells. I'm channeling my inner Joe.
Yeah. White Wolf
I do
wants
like
it to stick. They want Bells to stick. So
basically what I'm doing is just chit-chatting with each of you individually, which is fun.
Yes.
You get to be my guest for the day.
Oh, yeah.
Starting out with an easy one.
Okay.
At least I think it's easy. I don't know. I feel like people have been stumbling on it. Looking back at 2025, what was your high point? That can be your favorite thing you did, favorite project, etc. Whatever was a
okay, well, moment. I finally got to start working with Milk and Honey Ciders.
Yes.
And that was something that I wanted for almost a year when it finally happened.
Yeah.
The thing is that's funny though about it is that when it did finally happen, I was so overwhelmed because my clients had doubled at that time, and I was like, I don't even want it anymore. And of course, that's when we get the things that we want. It's when we don't want them anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm so grateful that I got them, and I love working with them, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
And I think also just then getting to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm managing all this, and it's not overwhelming anymore, and I'm doing these things, and just feeling like I'm really taking care of each of my clients.
So that's, I guess, what I'm proud of.
Yeah, I think it was a big year for you in terms of just understanding the way that you work best and pushing through pain points and figuring out how to manage your time and client expectations. Yeah, it was a very big year of growth.
Yeah, it was a big year of growth, and very painful at times, but came through. And I'm so grateful. There was a time where I was even dealing with like some health issues, and I got retested for things, and I'm like finding out that my levels are back to normal.
Good.
And things are good. So I guess I'm just like proud of being able to like manage my time well and do all these things at work and be proud of what I'm doing, and then also know that like my health is getting taken care of too. Like that is really a big win, and just not something that I expected to happen in my 20s and in my early 20s, but it's a thing. And it's just part of growing up.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You have grown a lot this year. Like, I really think there was some moments in the kind of middle part of the early part of 2025 where I was really like worried about you and like, are we gonna be okay? Because we're crashing out. Yeah, right. That's what the Gen Z
I was crashing out for a few months for sure. It was tough, and I like remember having like my first like mental breakdown. Yeah. And
everybody has them in their career. I've been there.
And I was like, oh my gosh. And I remember there's always, I think everyone can relate to this, there's a feeling of like wanting to run, right? You're like, I want to run away from this. Like, I don't want this to be a thing. And I remember sitting there and being like, Isabella, this is the first of a future of hopefully not too many, but there's more to come. Yeah. And if you don't get through this one, you're never going to get through the others. And so like looking back on that, I'm like, I remember I was working then with like a functional dietitian, and I told her, I feel like I've been sitting like passenger in my life, and like now I'm driving. Yeah. And that was like such a cool change. And so,
I love that. I'm so happy for you. What for you was like the best social media trend that you saw this year?
The best social media trend. Okay, I have to think about this. I guess it's not really a trend. It's been something that's happening right now, and I like love it. And I see businesses are starting to do it too. And it's been like, in your 20s, this will happen, or you'll meet this person, or something like that. And some of them are super funny, and some of them are like very true or very relatable. I think that's so fun. I love when like people will like come together online, and all of a sudden they're like relating on these experiences, and kind of like you realize when you're spending more time on social media and you see these trends and things that your life is not that unique, and not many of your problems are unique. So I think that that's a funny trend. But then there's just been like so many like funny cultural moments that I can't even think of, but there's been a lot of funny ones. There was no, it's not Coldplay.
The Coldplay concert. Yeah.
Coldplay. Yeah, that was funny. And seeing how brands will use those moments and make their own trends on their own pages. Yeah, funny things like that. But there's just so many that I just, it's like they're in one ear, out the other.
Yeah, well, that's social too, though, right? Like one day you're seeing this, and the next day you're not. So, okay, in your 20s, life is going to tell you to do what?
Take the jump.
No.
What?
What's coming up for you? In your 20s, life is going to...
Oh, I thought you wanted me to fill in the blank.
I do.
Oh. Am I explaining right now what's happening? Okay. I am crazy, and I do crazy things, I guess.
No, this is not crazy.
In the end of January, specifically on January 28th, I will be on a flight to Lisbon, Portugal. Yeah. And I am leaving Moxie. Yeah. And it's so, like, I hate saying it, and it makes me so sad. And last night I was in my bed crying last night because it's like getting closer, and I'm like so grateful, like the fact that I get to do this, but it's also so sad because I'm like leaving everything behind for like just a little bit. I was like thinking about how when I was younger, like growing pains would keep me up at night, like my legs would ache, whatever. And I'm like, and now like growing pains are still keeping me up at night, but now it's like my heart that aches. And it's just like, it's sad because you like, there's so many feelings around it that it's like, oh my gosh, I'm like so sad about this, but it's like, that's life. Yeah. You know, just because you have this like sad, hard feeling doesn't mean don't do it. Right. I've been dreaming about, like doing some solo traveling around Europe for years now. Well, I didn't necessarily know for sure where it'd be, but Europe was like always like kind of felt like I have family there, so it just feels a little bit like home. And so I'll be there for around 3 or 4 months, and I'm starting in Lisbon. And people ask me, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, I'll just kind of be working on some of my own things, but also just like kind of figuring out just living a little bit, you know, like
Yeah.
I went right into working instead of college,
Mm-hmm.
and I look back and I'm like, oh, it would have been really cool to study abroad.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of getting my own different version of it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know what the summer will look like for me when I'm back. Part of me always hopes I'll get to continue doing some things with Moxie, but I'm also so sad about my clients. Like, I love my clients so much, and I also feel like I'm like losing part of my identity between Moxie and between like my clients. White Wolf, like, love them so much. It's been so much fun working with Milk and Honey, and then also, like, of course, all my other clients. It's been cool getting into the barrel mill, learning about all of that. Car concierge, I love them. Of course, just all these people.
Yeah. Well, they'll still be in very, very good hands with the team here. But yes, we are very, very much going to miss you. But we're so excited for you. Like, you need to fly.
Yeah.
Our first Moxie's leaving the nest.
Yes.
But you know that you'll always have a place to call home with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And I mean, you can't really get away from Kelly. She's your best
No,
friend's mom.
Exactly. So there's no getting away from any of this, which is good.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we're so excited for you. We're definitely going to miss you, but the sky's the limit for you. I know it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, thanks, Bella.
Yes.
All right. Keeping it rolling with the birthday boy. Hi, Ty.
It's going to date this episode now.
That's okay.
You got to get it out. People are going to know.
No. The day of recording, Tyler has officially turned 30. A new decade. And that was kind of the inspo for this podcast a little bit. I had a different idea, and then I was like, oh no, well, we can save that and we'll do this. So like, it was like inspo adjacent.
Okay.
You turning 30. So thank you for that.
Sweet.
Appreciate it. I need
Yeah.
all the inspiration I can get for coming up with podcast topics. But 2025 was a big year for you.
Yes.
You
Very
became
big.
a Moxie.
I did. I entered the agency life.
Does it feel like you've been here for longer than you have?
It does.
Yeah.
But that's just, we produce so much work.
I know.
Every week that it's flown by.
Yeah. Are you happy with your decision still?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No turning back.
Yeah.
I'm stuck.
Oh, we're so happy with it. We love having you here. And like, when I'm like, oh, it seems like you've been here longer, like, that's definitely coming from like a compliment place, right? Like, you just
Get this guy out of here.
No, you came in like so seamlessly, and I think rounded out the team that we were building, and have just loved getting to know you and see you work on so many awesome projects with you. I know Kelly always jokes like, I never get to work with Tyler because I just steal you, which is a little bit
And I'm like, does
true.
Kelly not like working with me?
Did you ask her that?
I was just like, I don't ever get projects from Kelly. She's like, I don't have time to schedule you because you're always being taken away. So I'm like, okay.
Oh, funny. Well, speaking of projects, what would you say is your favorite project that you got to work on this year? I know it's tough.
It's between two.
Okay.
I've thought about it a little
All right.
bit.
You don't have to pick a favorite. You can pick a favorite
One-
and a runner-up.
One's in process.
Okay.
From the second we had the discovery meeting
Okay.
of this newest project,
Yeah.
I was like, that sounds so fun. And I really like the direction that it's going in right now. Normally when I start on something, sketch something out, put it in the computer, I'm not the biggest fan right away. But these I really liked. So that's like coming soon. But otherwise, probably my favorite project of the year was the sticker sheet that we did.
Oh, for CBC.
CBC
I
sticker
forgot
sheet.
that you even did that.
That was, I think, my second week here.
Yes.
And I was like very intimidated. And I was like, they're trusting me to do like a Moxie sticker sheet my second week here.
Yeah.
So the pressure was on. And I was like, their sticker sheets are like legend. You know, I used to get them at your guys' events, like Camp Moxie.
Yeah.
And I'd bring them to my old team and I'd be like, check these out. And they'd want copies. And I was
Of
like,
the stickers.
I only grabbed
This
two.
is all that I grabbed.
But yeah, to be trusted to carry the torch and make a Moxie sticker sheet was
You did so good. And I
sweet.
just totally forgot about, like, we get to submit that for Addie's this year. That's so cool.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, that's super fun. We're going to have a lot of cool stuff to submit. Aside from maybe projects, obviously I was not in the boardroom with your previous team, so I don't know what they were like. But I can imagine that we're a little bit
It's a little more relaxed.
Yeah,
here.
rough. Well, I was going to say rough around the edges, but you can say relaxed, whatever.
No, you just have to find the right times. Every group's a little rough around the edges. You just
What are some, things that you've enjoyed about being on our team?
like having 1 or 2 meetings a week is a game changer. Like, there's no wonder where I was and what I was doing, with the output of work. You have 4 hours of meetings a day.
Yeah.
and then a lunch, and you're left with not a whole lot of time to work.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like we're not, getting communication across as
Right,
a team. It's
right.
just, it's in the hallway for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that's all I needed.
Yeah.
But then like the balance of designing and then going out on content shoots.
Yeah.
The first couple were like, ooh, don't mess this up, But after going to a number of our clients' locations multiple times now, it's just really nice to get out of the office and like shoot video, try to get content that you have yet to get after going to the same location.
Sure.
4 or 5 times in a row. But yeah, I really like that. Some days I'm behind the computer drawing and, making a brand. And then the other days I'm loading up my glorified minivan with a whole bunch of camera gear and going out and shooting B-roll.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. And you do such a great job. That has been such a huge advantage for us with bringing you on, that we can really provide custom curated content for our clients that I don't think we were able to before. So I've loved having you on our team for that. And even just someone even if it's not you going out and doing the shoots, just someone for, Isabella or myself or Mackie to just talk through like, hey, is this something that would work? I think that's been so fun. And I've said this to you, like video is like a total weak point for me. Like I don't know, but when I'm with you, like you don't make me feel dumb about it. Like, I don't know. I feel
Except
like I'm
when I say
learning from
action, and you lose it.
Yeah, maybe that. But yeah, it's been really fun getting to work on those things with you. And you're just doing a really kick-ass job at that. Last question. Actually, no, this isn't my last question. Okay, so we're talking about high points, good projects, all the fun things. But what are maybe some things that you've struggled with this year?
It's the same
things.
That it's always present is like that imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
I came from a position where I was the designer.
Yeah.
There wasn't until the end, there wasn't another creative really. So I was leaned on pretty heavily. And even then I had that imposter syndrome, but then you join an award-winning team where you're the one with the least amount of experience. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be, comparison is like hard to not do.
Yeah.
But it's been getting better. And I don't know, it's just.
That's all growth, right?
Yeah, it's growth.
Yeah.
I'm 30 now.
Right. Yes, you're turning a new page. And I will genuinely say, like, that was a turning point for me. I'm your elder, so I can bestow so much wisdom to you. And I'm 31, so by like a year and a half.
Oh, okay.
But I do think, and just like being in my position a little bit more, and once Kelly kind of gave me some freedom to do things the way that I felt that I was, good at doing them or whatever, that kind of imposter syndrome started to fade away. And I do see that like shedding from you. I think, with every project, I think you're more confident in what you're doing. And I know it can definitely be hard when we're surrounded by people that have years of experience on us. And I think we just have to take that as like, instead of feeling like, oh, I'm not as good as them, it's just opportunities to learn and be better.
Yeah.
And I think you're doing a great job, and I'm really happy that you have people like Mo and Michael and Kelly to lean on and grow in your career.
Yeah.
It's really special. Now, my last question. The last one. What are you looking forward to in 2026? Can be personal, professional, doesn't matter. Buying a house, maybe?
Oh, that's the top of the personal list. I would love to get into a house. I just want to like paint stuff. I want to paint walls. I love taping, like prior to painting walls.
What's wrong
I know.
with you?
I get that all the time. I love going through a roll of tape and like making sure every wall is seamlessly taped off. And then when you do the reveal at the end, it's the best.
I'm so bad. I just painted my living room and I like took my tape off. I'm like, well, that was a shitty tape job.
I want a house so that I can paint and like, put stuff in the walls. And, I live in an apartment.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid to drill holes. But that's like personal.
Yeah.
And then, for work, I've always said that once I've made like an alcohol packaging, once I've designed something that I can buy at the liquor store on a shelf, I've made it.
Yeah.
So I want a client for a liquor store. THC beverage company, maybe.
Yeah.
I would
love
put
to
that
do
up
that.
there.
Yeah.
But just like a bottle of whiskey with something that I made on it, that's always like the next design goal.
Okay. All right. Let's make it happen for you.
Let's
okay?
do it.
All right. I got some prospecting and selling to do for Tyler and for Brittany.
Does she also want to make
No, she doesn't want that, but I want to get nice catalog for her.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, wonderful. Well, thank you. I appreciate you sitting down and
Right on.
sharing all that with me.
This was an easy one.
It was an easy one.
Super quick.
Yeah, super quick.
All right.
Okay, you're done.
Sweet. Thank you.
I saved the best for last.
As always.
Yeah. Hi, Mo.
Hi.
How are you?
Not too bad.
Good. So, just sitting down with everybody and talking about their year in a, quick little 5-minute segment. So,
Yeah.
started off easy, or at least I think it's easy. What is your favorite thing that you got to work on in 2025?
There's so many good projects, but I think my favorite was the B-side branding stuff. I just love how it turned out, and it's just awesome that it's next door to us.
Yeah,
so we
right.
Get to see it all the time, and
Yeah, and you're just a huge local lover, so for you to get to
yeah, it seems like a big one and a big thing to finish. And they've just done an incredible job with the brand.
Yeah.
Since we handed it off, I think that was probably my favorite.
Yeah, it's always fun to see a client use the tools that we give them, right? You know, not every client does that.
No.
But there's a lot that goes into branding that is an emotional, kind of draining process for some people. And when someone invests that much into it, and if they don't use it how, they should, that's really hard. So it's awesome to see Anna and her team just out there using it, and, everything that they do, it's totally B-side branded. And I love that.
And I feel like just their vision from the beginning is still what it is.
Right, exactly.
It's just.
Yeah, they've not shifted.
No. So I really love that about that project.
Yeah. Well, aside from projects, what would you say is another, high point of 2025? And this can be personal, professional, doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah. I think some good things that I remember from the year is just going after certain clients that we want to work with that we knew were looking beside one of them. I really have been excited about the milk and honey stuff that we did. Being from St. Joe, just another local client that I feel like we helped a ton and helped them build what they were already building.
Yeah.
That was awesome. The YMCA Promenade is always such a great finish to a huge project.
Right.
So that party was just so fun, and the event was incredible and better than last year.
Right.
And yeah.
I like how you say a finish to a huge project, because sometimes, and Michael and I were talking about this, you get to the finish line and it's feels a little bit like pulling teeth sometimes, because maybe clients have overworked things, or at that point we're just maybe feeling a little bit uninspired in it. But with Promenade, we get to see all of that hard work come to a really complete close. It's really cool. And I always love that because we get to share it with other people, right? And share what we do with other people, because sometimes I think people are I don't understand what your job is,
And people, in my networking groups, a lot of people contribute and help in some way, and then a lot of people didn't even know what it was until they show up. Other people, even in the marketing space, I guess, in St. Cloud, were there and were super impressed. And I don't know, there was some minor things the day of, but
doing Beale Street instead of Nashville. Wonder who did that.
But I mean, and how it ramps up, and we just are all on hand, all hands on deck for the last week. It's just a big pinnacle, and so that's a really awesome thing.
Yeah,
so there've been so many good things this year.
What would you say were maybe some, I don't want to say low points, but just maybe some things that you struggled with, or it was a little bit more challenging for you? You've been doing this for a long time, so I don't know if things challenge you much anymore. But
oh yeah, again, B-side maybe. I mean, there's projects that I get really invested into, and I want them to be, sometimes initial concepting can be tough, or if you're doing it so long, how do you continue to come up with creative ideas? So sometimes there's a little bit of, I wouldn't say creative block, but sometimes that comes into mind, I need something more creative than what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're just genuinely a really happy, easygoing guy. Things don't bother you. I could list my list. This thing, and everyone's meh.
I think you guys do a good job of sheltering me, keeping my ego, from the bad from the clients or whatever. And,
we try.
Yeah, so I don't have any bad.
That's
really.
okay. That's okay. All right, last question. What are you looking forward to in 2026?
I feel like we already have some projects, kicking off, and again, the Y prom stuff is starting to take its form and get the planning going, and so I'm really excited about that project. We've been doing more stuff with the American Advertising Federation.
Yeah, you and Michael did some kick-ass stuff for the Addies this year. I'm so excited for that.
So we launched a website for that and have been working with other creatives in the area. And so, yeah, I'm getting excited for that because that's not far away.
No, it'll be here in blink of an eye.
Those are two in particular that I'm excited for.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun year.
Yeah, I think so. I'm optimistic.
Me too. I'm very optimistic. I've been saying 2025 felt kind of like it just was good. It was steady.
Yeah.
And I think we might have to get a little gritty in the beginning and whatever. But I'm excited for that. I'm excited to bring on some new clients and some new projects. And just really see where things go.
A new team member.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so excited to bring on Mackie.
It's always exciting around here.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you sitting down with me and sharing that. If you have made it this far, thank you. This might be one of our longer episodes today. We'll see how producer Abby chops it up. But I really just wanted to take a moment to sit down with my team and share our experience as a group this year. I'm so thankful for everybody that has listened to this podcast this year. This was a huge thing that we started in 2025. It feels like we've been doing it for a long time, but we really haven't. Just, 11 months, because I think it started in February of this year. So it's been a really cool project for us internally and hope to continue. Please keep listening. Please keep sharing your thoughts on it, and we'll keep putting our nose to the grindstone. Have a great end of the year, and we will be back with new, fresh episodes in 2026.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Behind the Brand. If you like this episode, share it with a friend. If you didn't, share it with an enemy. To keep up with us, follow along on our socials. Links are in the show notes below.